I recently picked up 12 PlayStation 3 bangers. Some of these games I guarantee you never heard of before. You had no idea it was a banger. You had no idea it was a hidden gem. And you had no idea that the price was going up. But I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm going to tell you all about it right now. Let's get started. And before we get cracking, I feel like I should let you know that I am legally insane. Let's get cracking. The first one, I know you already seen it, so that's why I put it on the top, because I knew you were already going to have seen it. This is Tales of Xillia Limited Edition. This is a PlayStation 3 exclusive. And by the way, I should also mention, PlayStation 3 is not my number one console that I collect for, but I do dabble in it. And I do try to get the good games and the hidden gems, and the games that are going up in value as well. So what makes this unique, this particular limited edition, is it does come with a soundtrack and the manual, or a character booklet. Whoa! Oh crap! Well, I didn't damage it, so that's good. It's open to a random page. A lot of beautiful art in there. And I bet you it smells good too. I bet you it smells fresh. Because most people, I got this used, and most people, they don't open this stuff. Oh yeah, just as I suspected. Smells like fresh book. Fresh book smell. Never opened. The previous owner, he looked at it. He probably opened it to one page, just like I just did. And you know what? He probably smelled the page too, and then he put it away. So Tales of Xillia is an RPG. I've never played it, so I couldn't tell you anything about it beyond that. And interestingly enough, it does say that it's 4-player. I'm not exactly certain how that would work. But I'll definitely be giving this one a go. That's really cool that it is 4-player. If this is some sort of action RPG that you can play 4 players, that's amazing. In fact, I'd be tempted to go buy another one. So, oh yeah, and before I forget, I actually did record what I paid for these. So, Tales of Xillia, I didn't get a super good deal. I paid $40 Canadian, and that is the total cost shipped. Because most of what I buy comes from private auction groups, and some of what I buy comes from pawn shops, retro game stores, and eBay. Oh yeah, and occasionally I'll get a steal of a deal on Facebook Marketplace as my go-to source. That's getting tougher and tougher. There's a lot of competition out there for Marketplace. So I paid $40. It easily sells for over 50 Canadian dollars. By the way, easily. You won't find it cheaper than 50. You won't.
Something must be wrong with the spirits.
The spirits are dying.
Oh, this one's a gem. Ain't nobody watching this video knows about this. And if you do know about this, you're a real PlayStation 3 master. That's what you are. I got this on eBay. And before I tell you what it is, the seller accepted my best offer on it. He originally wanted over $90, and it's worth, $90 to $100 plus. In fact, you'd be hard pressed to get it for under $150. Magus. This game is absolutely terrible. But it's rare as hell. In fact, it's more common to find sealed copies than it is to find open copies. It is a discount budget title. But it's so bad that it's good. I'm telling you, it's so bad that it's good. And the price is only going up. I paid $62.99 for this. It was discounted because the seller made a huge mistake. He said the case was damaged. It just has sticker residue on it. You know what that means, don't you? I'll let you in on a little secret. This is complete in box. There's no damage. The CD's in mint condition. The previous owner never played it because this was a budget title and it was garbage. If the previous owner even touched this game, he put it in for about 2.5 minutes and then he turned it off. Look at this. I'll tell you a secret. You can case swap. This is not a damaged game. This is not a damaged case because the artwork is intact. Look at this. Where's the sticker residue? There is none because it's on the case. Oh crap, I might damage it myself trying to take it out. It's a tight case. I'm not going to take it out any further than that. I don't want to risk nothing. It's not worth the risk for a future $500 game. Yeah, some of you think that's funny. I know at least one of you is laughing right now. Maybe two. Two of you are laughing right at this moment. You're saying, Magus going to 500? Yeah, it's going to 500. It's going to take many years, but it's going to 500. I'll tell you right now, because it's rare as hell, and I think it's funny. It's a funny game, and if you can find it for under 150 Canadian right now, you might as well buy it. You might as well. If you can get it for 100, that's a pretty good deal. That's a fair price. If you can get it for 100, you pay. You shut your mouth and you pay it. That's what you do. That's my advice. Also got the orange box, game number 3, the orange box. This has Half-Life 2 Episode 2, Team Fortress 2, and a Portal. Now I got this because it has Half-Life 2 on it. I also have the Xbox 360 version, and it's an awesome game. Portal's awesome. You can get Portal separately. I did not get a steal of a deal on this one. I paid $31, which is roughly what it's worth. And I do think it'll go up in value. I think it'll easily go to $50, $60. Easily. So do I want to pay $30 today or do I want to pay $60 later? I decided I'd rather pay $30 right now. Oh, this is an interesting one. Tales of Symphonia Chronicles. And this is 4-player as well. This is a really interesting game, and I did get a good deal on this. Got this in the auction group, and I paid $17. And it usually goes, according to price chart. I'm just going to use price charting just to keep it simple. Usually the eBay prices are much higher than price charting, especially if you have to pay taxes and shipping and whatnot. But the price charting value at the time of recording, which is November 27th, 2022, is $30.73. And it's 4-player. You don't believe me? Guys, you know I love my multiplayer. Multiplayer games are the best games ever made. Couch co-op multiplayer. Online's good too, but it's got nothing on couch co-op. Does this have couch co-op? Does it specify? I believe it does. Yes, it does. Hidden gem, this game's going to over $100. Banger of a game, underrated, got bashed a little bit. Saw, this is a horror game. Puzzly horror game. Saw is very underrated. And I don't think it's too common of a game either. I really doubt that they printed millions and millions of these. Okay. I paid 25 smackers on the dot, Canadian dollars, and it's currently trending on price charting for $44.21. That is what you call a steal of a deal, because if you can get this under 50, it's a good deal. And it will go to 100 plus. It is a Konami game. Before Konami started making pure garbage, which is what they mostly do nowadays. Now it is single player. That is the catch. And horror games, for some reason, do really well in the long term in terms of holding value and going up in value. A lot of horror games do really well for some reason. That's a strange genre for. It's kind of like RPGs. Like RPGs, they hold a lot of value. It doesn't necessarily mean that every RPG goes to $500, but it commands a strong value. You know, a common RPG could have sold tons and tons of copies, like a Final Fantasy III, but it will hold a very strong value. It never goes down, never becomes cheap. Might not go to 500, but again, it was never trading for $10 for how common it was and is. It's common for horror games. They either hold a strong value if it was a good game, or they skyrocket to the frickin' moon. And sometimes it takes a while. Look at Silent Hill. Go look at Silent Hill 1, 2, and just start climbing up. And you go look at those price charts. Next game, I do believe that this will continue to rise as well. Blitz the League 2. I own 4 copies of this for the Xbox 360, and I believe this is my second copy for the PS3 because I keep getting it for cheap, and the price keeps going up, and I can sell it for profit if I so choose to do. I have no desire to do that at this moment in time. I will hold on to it. I paid $26 for Blitz the League, and I forgot to look at what it's trending for, but you can sell it for a lot more than that. I know that much. Oh yeah, and by the way, Blitz the League, this was the last game in the series. They haven't made a new one since. And if they don't make a new one, this will climb and keep on climbing at a faster and faster rate the longer and longer they wait and not make a part 3. Or any Blitz game for that matter. And they might never make a part 3. And if they don't, this will continue to go up. And it's a pretty heavy, it's got a thick manual too, guys. This is a thick boy. That's real thick. It's a heavy little beast there. Next game I got is Dead Space 3 Limited Edition. I got this for one reason, to be honest. It was cheap. I paid $4. This is CIB. $4. I wasn't going to let it go and not bid on it. $4 Canadian. I already have it for the 360. This is not something that I plan to keep for a long period of time. This is actually trade bait to game stores, and or I sell it at some point. But for the moment, I will continue to keep it. And maybe I will keep it, but that wasn't my objective when I bought it. And that currently trends at $15.15. So $15, and I paid $4. Oh yeah, this is a banger right here. Fight Night Champion. A lot of people will tell you that this is the best Fight Night game. It's 2-player. Fight Night makes great freaking boxing games. Now, I prefer the old school boxing games on the Sega Genesis. But this comes, pretty close up there. I like Heavyweight Champions. Oh, darn, I forgot the name. Sega Genesis game. It's got the word heavyweights in it. Super Heavyweight, something like that. You can be Muhammad Ali, all the old school classic champions. But I also like Fight Night, and I also like Ready to Rumble 1 and 2. Those are my favorite boxing games of all time. I paid $5 for this, and it trends at $16.57. That's what you call a steal of a deal. I like to get deals, and I like to find steal of a deals. If I find a steal of a deal, even if I don't want the game or I already own 5 copies, I'll buy another one. If the price is right, I will buy it, because I invest in games as well as I collect games. It's a hobby that has a 2-in-1 purpose, which is why I keep doing it.
Back and forth they go, each man getting the best of it. Teddy, we've seen both these guys before, and we have a feeling.
Okay, so here's an interesting one. This is a 2-in-1, guys. I got the same game 2 times. Journey. It's collector's edition, but there's no such thing as a non-collector's edition, just so you're aware. There is only one version, at least in North America. So all editions are the collector's edition. This is 3 games in 1. It has Journey, Flower, and some other game that, honestly, I don't care what the other game is. I don't care about the Flower game either. I'm sure it's a great game. I'm sure all 3 of them are great, but Journey, the one in the middle, is where it's at. So the first one I got on eBay. I don't think I got a good deal. I couldn't find it in the listing. But this title has French on it, so this is the Canadian version. But I knew that there's an American version out there, and I knew that I wanted to get 2 copies of this game anyway, because I do think the value will go up. And also, Journey is a hidden gem of a game. It's a great freaking game. Okay, amazing game. One of the best out there. Hidden gem. So, I think I paid about $30 for it. It's probably about what it's still worth. If price fluctuates. I've seen it as high as 40, 45, 50 even. But this version here is the USA version. No French on it. It's in great condition, so I decided to buy it. And I got this at the pawn shop. But those sons of bitches, they know the value of their PlayStation 3 games. In fact, they know the value of everything now, because as of January 2022, not that long ago, they started checking eBay prices. I think they hired a new employee who told them that they were selling their games for cheap and that they need to go on eBay because prices have gone up. They're no longer worthless. Because PS3 and Xbox 360 used to be worthless. Pawn shops didn't know, but they smartened up. So they were charged, so I still have the receipt. And I think it was worth it. I paid $28, and I'll show you. $28. You might not be able to see it in the top there. $28. So I bought 2 games here. $28 is the Journey for PS3. Okay? Journey for PS3. Top right or left corner for you is Journey for PS3, $28, local pawn shop. The other game that I paid $18 for was a mint condition cover variant / special edition of Blur for the Xbox 360 that it didn't already own. It was mint condition. Mint! It was so smooth. It was silky smooth. It was so smooth. This one's not bad either. This is, pretty smooth. Not as smooth as Blur, but it's baby smooth, man. That's how you know that the previous owner never played it, or he just kept his games in great condition. So I keep the receipt in the game so that I can remember what I paid, so that when this goes to $100, I'll be the one laughing. And the pawn shop will never know that they sold this for cheap, especially if it goes to $200 or $300 or $400. That's a game not too many people know about, that was a physical edition. I believe this was online download only when it first came out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is correct. And they released a physical version. I save the best for last. You watch my videos, you know I usually save something good for the end. If you know about this game, that's impressive. Lost Dimensions. Lost Dimension. This is an Atlas title. RPG style game. Like a dungeon crawler, for lack of better wording. You're basically climbing a giant tower, I believe. And first thing you should know about this game is that it's not super amazing. Some Atlas games are off the chart, top of the line games. This is not one of them. I would say it's an average game. It's nothing too special, but most people don't know about it. And I'd say it's above average. Average sounds kind of garbage because it is a little bit of a hidden gem. If you're into that type of game, you would be into this game. And this game is not cheap. If you can get this for under 150, you take it. And I paid 90. What did I pay? I paid $92 on the button, and the seller even said he wished that the auction would have gone higher and that I got a steal of a deal on it because he knows it's going up in value. He's not stupid, but he had to sell it because that's what he does. He sells games for a living. I don't do that. He does.
If you wish to kill me, you will need to climb this tower. I suggest you work together and start your ascent.
Let's prepare for the assault.
Let's do this.
Let's get to it. Time for a change of strategy. I'll turn you to ash. How's this?
Did I mention there's a traitor among you?
That's the list, guys. 11 bangers. You know I don't buy bad games. And even when I do get a bad game, I'll tell you what. Even the bad games that I get, they're still good games. Because even bad games can be good. So every single game I get is a banger. Doesn't matter how bad it is, it's still a banger. All the bad games are good games. Most of them, anyway. Guys, if you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I am trying to get to over 9,000 subscribers. Every subscription helps me achieve that goal. And perhaps one day, I will regain my sanity. Because I've been legally insane for years. It's been years, guys. There's something wrong with me.